Hello my dear students, how are you? In our previous class, we have discussed about the nutrients from the food and also we discussed about the balanced diet, isn't it? So, what are the nutrients? The nutrients are carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals. So, what do you mean by balanced diet? Yes, balanced diet is a diet which contains all the necessary nutrients in the right amount is called a balanced diet. Okay, these are we have discussed in our previous class. Today we are going to discuss about digestion of food. Okay, digestion of food. Okay, you can see a picture here. So, what do you mean by digestion? So, the food we eat must be broken down into simpler forms, isn't it? The food we eat must be broken down into simpler forms. So, is the food goes to our stomach with the amount that what we have eat, isn't it? That's the size. Is the size is that kind? No. It is break down into simpler and after that it go to the stomach, isn't it? So that process is called digestion. So from the food we get the nutrients, isn't it? So for getting that nutrients we need to break down the food. Okay, so that process is called digestion. The process of breaking down of food, the process of breaking down of food into simpler forms to be used by the body is called digestion. So there is so many nutrients we have studied, isn't it? So these nutrients are get from the process of digestion. Okay, now we are going to discuss how this digestion is happen in our body. First, what happens to the food? Yes, the food is entered to our mouth. That means the process of digestion begins in the mouth. Okay, so in the mouth there is a juice. In the mouth there is a juice. There is a liquid. There is a juice that is called saliva. That is called saliva. So here in mouth the food is chewed and mixed with saliva. This saliva helps in the breakdown of carbohydrates. That is the first nutrient get from the food. That is saliva helps in the breakdown of carbohydrates. It is a very important point. What is saliva helps in the breakdown of carbohydrates. So after this the food passes into the stomach. Okay, there is a sac like organ called stomach. After the breakdown of food, the food passes into the stomach through the food pipe. In the mouth, what happens? In the mouth, food is chewed and mixed with saliva. Saliva helps in the breakdown of carbohydrates. Okay, and then the food passes into the stomach through the food pipe. Okay, stomach is a sac like organ. Stomach is a sac like organ. In stomach food is churned. That means there is several digestive juices are present in stomach. There is several digestive juices are present in stomach. So in the stomach the food mixes with these juices. That means in the stomach the food mixes with the several other digestive juices and it helps to further breakdown of food. Okay, and again it break down into simpler forms. Okay, and from the stomach the food passes in a long coiled tube. From the stomach the food passes in a long coiled tube called small intestine. Small intestine. Okay, from the stomach there is breakdown is happen and it break down into so many nutrients, and then after that breakdown the food passes in a long coiled tube called small intestine. So there are also so many digestive juices. So digestive juices from the pancreas and liver. Pancreas and liver are poured into small intestine. Are poured into small intestine. So small intestine get several digestive juices from where? Pancreas and liver. So these the digestive juices from the pancreas and the liver also helps the what also helps in the breakdown of proteins and fats into simpler forms. Saliva helps the breakdown of what? Carbohydrates. Here the digestive juices from the pancreas and liver, which helps what? Which helps in the breakdown of proteins and fats into simpler forms. Very important point. Saliva helps breakdown of carbohydrates, and the digestive juices from what? Digestive juices from pancreas and liver helps the breakdown of proteins and fats. Okay. When the digestion is completed in the small intestine, digestion of food is completed in small intestine, and useful substances are absorbed into blood. So if the digestion is completed in the small intestine and the useful substances are absorbed into the blood, and there is undigested food, there is also undigested food. Okay, that undigested food passes into the large intestine. The undigested food, where it go? The undigested food passes into the large intestine. Here most of the water from the undigested food is absorbed in the large intestine. In the large intestine, what happens? In the large intestine, the water is absorbed from the undigested food, and the undigested food is removed from the body in the form of feces through the anus. Okay, so that is undigested food is removed from our body in the form of feces through anus. Okay, so that is the process of digestion. Okay, you can see the picture here and go through this section again and again. Okay, this is all about digestion. Okay, thank you.